broke. And I'm holding onto his shoulders in the door frame. I'm just like, oh. The contractions aren't stopping, like there's no rest. I'm by the door, I'm ready. And I hear, choo, choo. Sufyan's ironing his clothes. I'm like, bro.
It's just a t-shirt, right?
And I just stumble into my bedroom, onto the bed, and I'm on all fours on the bed. And I can feel something coming out of me.
She's like, look, isn't it amazing? Alright.
Stop laughing.
All I saw was this, look. I'm thinking, bro. What?
Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back. We are the X's and this, what else? We are the X's. This is our channel. Huh? We're gonna talk about our labour story. We gave birth, everybody hates that. We gave birth mutually.
Why are you saying that we gave birth? She did, I assisted.
That was the sound. Is that the umbilical cord? It's taken us 7 months. The reason it's taken 7 months is because birth was great. Afterwards was tricky. But we're going to go back to the birth. Let's go back 7 months. Are you going to ask to redo that?
Do you think I could look a bit more effective?
Yes, you could.
I don't want to do this.
I don't know.
So before we get into the labour story, I think it's important that we give a bit of pretext because the story that led up to the labour story is kind of important and vital and will make everything else make so much more sense. Let's take you back to the start. Me and Amara have been married for 4 years, nearly 4 years, in like a couple months, inshallah. Will we make it? Maybe we won't.
Babes, yes we will.
We will, inshallah.
Inshallah.
When we first got married, Amara was ready to have a baby.
Don't know if I was ready, I wanted to.
Oh, she wanted a baby. Bear in mind that she was ready to get married after a week of talking.
3 weeks.
Okay, 3 weeks.
Standards.
So Amara wanted a baby and I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want a baby, but I thought, come on, let's experience life a bit first. Fast forward 2 years on, we started having conversations about a baby. Now, if you don't know, Amara, throughout her, past 15 years of your life, has had a serious medical condition.
Since I was young, I've had IBS, but it's not IBS like, oh, a little bit of a dodgy tummy. It's to the point where I cannot go to the bathroom naturally at all for like over a decade. Need medication. A strong amount of medication.
Can't digest certain things.
Strict, very strict diet, and it's a lot of pain, a lot of medication, a lot of exhaustion.
Yeah.
That was my life for like 15, 16 years.
2 years into marriage, we're talking about baby, and Amara's on these high doses of medication, and she's actually taking a gut hormone at this point, which is like a trial. Is that a trial drug?
It's a trial drug.
You cannot take that whilst you're pregnant, right?
Yeah.
This drug or this medicine puts Amara in debilitating pain, hunched over on the floor, and this is what she takes to manage. So I've come to Amara and said, listen, if we're going to approach pregnancy and we're going to have a baby, we need to sort out your medication.
Yeah. Obviously, anybody with a health condition knows it's really scary to adjust your medicine when you find something that doesn't even work well but gets you through the day, basically.
Amara, being a soldier woman that she is, we adjusted the medication. Alhamdulillah, it's a long story.
I can't wait to tell that story because there's so many funny bits.
Yeah.
You were so nice. He bought me a lot of pizza, listen. Spoiler alert for when I do talk about my health journey. I'm now medication free. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
No medication.
Alhamdulillah.
For like a year.
Yeah. Oh my.
Anyway.
The story is miraculous, yeah. Part of Amara's thing is that she has PCOS and this IBS, and she's on these medications. She's like, I'm not going to get pregnant.
Yeah. Since
go on.
Since I knew that I had PCOS, I wanted to start trying early. That's why I was so adamant with Sufyan. Let's try early, let's try.
But by the grace of Allah, it was like a one pop and you're done. Do you know what I mean?
Sufyan, you can't say it like that.
No?
No, that's very visual.
Okay, it was a hole in one?
No, you can't say hole.
Oh, it was a... Alhamdulillah, we got pregnant straight away.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, she got pregnant straight away. Don't come for me, the people that say wait. Anybody who follows our channel knows that that pregnancy resulted in miscarriage. Very tough time.
A lot of trauma as well with that one because the way the miscarriage happened, we had some medical intervention basically. To us, we were like, if we fell pregnant again, we don't want any intervention.
Yeah.
Like, it just made us more worried.
Yeah.
So we fell pregnant again, alhamdulillah, pretty soon after. It was the first, I think it was the first cycle after.
Now, she's pregnant with Amaya. Yeah. We're terrified.
Yeah, so
and
terrified.
we're super cautious.
Pregnancy is scary, by the way. Oh my gosh, like beautiful and all that. Yeah, but pregnancy is stressful, especially if you've had a miscarriage, because you're thinking like, when am I safe? Like you think, oh, if I get past the time last time, then I'll feel safe. No, you don't.
You don't. No.
It was like my biggest dream, and I was so scared it was going to be taken away again. So I was like, I don't want to mess with anything. I want to do everything the most natural way possible. If something goes wrong, I want to know it just happened naturally, and it wasn't because I messed with something, basically. So we had a 20-week scan. We're like, it's a girl. I was shook. I was so happy. Woo! Then she said you got low-lying placenta. Didn't even register in my brain, didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, yeah, oh.
She said it so flippantly,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
My placenta was covering my cervix, which means obviously the baby can't get out because the placenta's in the way. But you got so long till birth that it'll probably move. We're going to book you in for a 32-week scan just to make sure that it's moved. Most of the time it does, blah, blah, blah. So then around this time, 20 weeks, I started getting pain in my hips. When I was like in bed, it was like agonizing splinters down my hips. I was like, what is this going on? I go to the doctor and she's like, yeah, you got pelvic girdle pain. It actually became quite serious and I ended up on crutches.
Yeah.
I ended up on crutches and it ended up that I could only sleep on the sofa, which is why our sofa is very dented.
Yeah, can you see this? She was a big girl back then.
We stuffed pillows under it now.
Got a pillow under this.
Pregnancy got really tough like that. Yeah. It started really slowly, but like eventually the pain was just so much and I became very debilitated with the pain.
So during this time, Amara's got a birth plan.
Thoroughly researched it. And I came up with the things that I felt very comfortable with. Best case scenario, this is how I want it to go. Naturally, no intervention. Because I learned all the positions for everything. I was like, oh, it's gonna be so exciting.
On the crutches, like, I can do this. So we get to the 32-week scan. We go to this scan.
So excited to see the baby.
We see the baby. Oh, there she is. Low-lying placenta. Let's just check that. Has a look. Like, oh, yeah. That's not moved at all.
I was like, in 12 weeks, like 3 months. She said, we can book you in another couple of weeks and check again. I said, but if it's not moved in 3 months, how is it going to move in a couple of weeks?
So she very casually says, listen, it's no biggie. You have a cesarean, basically. Amara died on the spot.
I know people have C-sections, right? But I just wasn't prepared. Like, it wasn't entering my brain. I was so excited for this natural way where the baby can control the pace, the baby can control how it's going on in it. She's saying C-section, and I'm just like, to me, it felt like nothing's really going to be in my control with a C-section. I was so excited to like really push this baby out.
You wanted an active part in the delivery process.
I really did. And I know you can have a C-section last minute, but it was like I was being told before we're even there, yeah, you're definitely going for a C-section now. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it really stressed me out to take the baby out early. They said, we'll book you in a couple of weeks to have another scan, but it's near to impossible.
We had just under 3 weeks. To have this scan again.
I spent 2 weeks crying. Sufyan was like, don't worry. He goes, he was so positive. He was so positive. The thing is, when Sufyan's positive, he makes you believe anything's possible, right? And all the time I go with it, but this one time I was like, no, it's near to impossible.
Listen,
stop messing with my head. He was like, Amara, we can do this.
Listen.
He was like, we can do this mindfulness. We've got this. I was like, you're lying to me.
You're talking to a guy who has been trained to meditate from a very, very young age. I'm very about being in control of your body. You can feel the illness, you can push it out. We actually did a lot of that with Amara's stomach.
I was gonna say, the reason that I had a bit of faith in him, bear in mind that the lady's saying to me it's near to impossible, so I'm thinking, Sufyan, you're chatting rubbish. But the thing in my head that was saying, just give him a shot, was because he helped, by the grace of Allah, helped me with my stomach so much, and I was medication free. So I was thinking like,
it is possible.
Maybe he knows what he's talking about, but he probably doesn't because the nurse is saying no.
I knew what I was talking about.
So I look into something called natural C-section or gentle C-section, and I only found one video talking about it in the UK. It's a way that you can have a more natural experience of a C-section. And here, I was prepared. I was like, C-section's fine. We're going to do this, right? We're going to do this natural, gentle C-section. It's okay. Yes, a lot is going to be out of our control, but inshallah, it's the way that Allah's heading things. That's fine. That's what we're going to have to do.
So now we're at the 35.5 week scan. Let's check if this placenta's moved. Again, we get the scan, rub on the baby. There's the baby. Oh, look, there's the fingers. There's a hair. You can see the hair on the scan, right? The technician looks for the placenta now and she can't see it. She calls another lady in for a second opinion.
Has me going upside down on the chair.
Yeah, Amara's doing backflips and stuff like that. She gets a second opinion. The woman says, I can't see it at all. And the only way to fully determine whether that is there or not, is to have a transvaginal ultrasound.
The baby's head was in the way.
We had transvaginal ultrasound and we're like, white in the face. You know what I mean?
We got this far.
We're saying, please, can you not? She's like, listen, I can't do it. And the surgeon or the consultant, no one's going to authorize this, basically.
We went out and we talked about it. We agreed, like, Bismillah, let's just do it, right? We made dua and we're like, let's just do it.
So she scanned 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Took it out and said, listen, I cannot see it. It is not there.
You can have natural. 3 months, it didn't move anything. Any millimeters, it didn't move. Then within 3 weeks, it had moved so far off they couldn't see it on the scan anymore.
Alhamdulillah, but give me a fairness because
That's from Allah.
It could have. It's from Allah.
Babes, you don't need to
It's
admit it to you. It is Allah.
It is Allah.
Okay, you did really well, babes. Thanks so much for you, my
That's what I wanted. That's what I look back.
Yes, yes, so good.
Stick my chin and rub my belly.
We literally went out and we're like 2 kids that had just freaking had their mind blown.
Literally jumping up and down. I know.
I was so excited. So I was like, okay, let's go home. I just stood there outside the door like, I can't believe it.
Back on natural birth, basically.
So we're near 36 weeks, right? We're gonna get back on the natural train. Haven't looked at exercises, movements, anything natural in a very long time. I'm like, I need to study what I'm gonna do. How do I push a baby out? I'm gonna get on that. Go home, I do nothing.
Amara's been signed off from work and I'm coming to the end of this job because I've decided to get a new job. We're due on December the 24th.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve,
Woo-hoo.
yeah. The job at my new work starts on December the 5th. I've called my notice early and I've got 2 weeks just to be present at home.
Doing all the dishes, doing all the cooking.
Yeah. It doesn't come that often.
Great time.
It comes to December the 4th, I'm like, Amara, man, I've got to go to bed. I've got work in the morning. This
New job in the morning.
I go to bed at midnight, yeah? And I'm thinking, okay, I got to get up at 6 in the morning. 6 hours is plenty for me.
Every night I'm really terrible at going to bed on time. So it's like come to 1 in the morning, I'm like, I should really brush my teeth and get to bed. So I go to the bathroom and I have a pee and then I sit down. Then I hear like a pop sound and all this liquid comes out and I'm like, did I pee? I'm really confused. I'm at that point in pregnancy where I'm like half asleep anyway during the day. But at night time I'm like full asleep. Yeah. And I'm so used to Sufyan like navigating me, being like, hey, now you're gonna sit. I'm just sat and I'm like, did I pee? I don't think I peed. And I was like, what was that pop? Probably nothing. And I was like, wait, Amara, pay attention. Sufyan's not here. You got to pay attention. I was like, I remember seeing a YouTube video where a girl said she heard a pop and that's how she knew she was in labor. I was like, nah, I'm 37 weeks. I'm like, nah. And then I was like, no, I heard a pop though. And then I checked. You do the check. You should check. You should check the consistency, the color, and the smell. So I checked. And I was like, okay, it seems like no issue. No infection, no bleeding. That means the baby's safe. But my water broke. For sure, because I heard a pop. So I'm like, woo, cool, everything's safe. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing a natural labor and I'm not prepared anything. I'm talking, nothing is prepared.
It comes to 1 in the morning. Obviously, I don't know it's 1 in the morning. I hear, Sufyan. When these pregnancy things happen, I am like open, like, what's wrong? Look at Amara, look at my phone, 1 in the morning. I'm like, bro, this woman didn't even let me sleep. What's happened?
I'm like hobbling to the door. I open his door. I don't know what you saw. You must have a big shadow in that door. I don't know what you saw.
Oh, do you know what we have in the Jeep? It's like the Bigfoot came and said, Ruby, pull the pants down.
I pull my trousers down and it's like I'm waiting for him to clarify to me that my water's broke. I'm like, my water's broke. And then it's like dripping. And he's like, yeah, I think your water's broke. I'm like, oh, and I'm holding on to his shoulders in the door frame. I'm just like, oh.
Bro, her water just broke, yeah? She's saying the F word at me. I'm like, Amara.
I just kept repeating O-F, 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 and I'm looking at him, I'm like,
Amara, you're bringing life into this world now, so let's say Alhamdulillah, let's use some Muslim words.
Like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah. I was like, but Sufyan, I'm not ready. And he's like, it's okay, you don't need to be ready. I'm like, no. I'm thinking the hospital bag is not packed. No baby clothes are washed or clean. I can't be putting the baby in dirty clothes. Bear in mind, I am like practically disabled, cannot move, and I've not.
I did offer.
I've not needed.
Look at this shape. I was gonna give a shape up and everything.
I'm not needed to be groomed in a while, okay? I was off limits for everything. He's like, the nurses don't care. I'm like, I don't care about the nurses, Sufyan. I need to feel good. This is a magical experience. There's no good way to say it. Sorry, my head's spinning. I'm going through the emotions. I'm trying to start packing the bag and he's like, do that when we come back,
yeah,
okay?
Do it when we come back. Let's just go to
So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm starting to feel mild contractions. I'm by the door, I'm ready. And I hear, choo, choo. Sufyan's ironing his clothes. I'm like, Bro.
It's just a t-shirt, man.
Yes, but it's the
That was
fact that
100.
I don't even know what I was wearing. This man's telling me you don't need to groom yourself, nobody cares. I'm like, you don't need to iron your clothes, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your stupid...
Are you sure that's true?
Babe, you ironed your
No.
You ironed your clothes.
Listen.
Because I remember standing by the door and saying,
Do you know what
why
happened?
do you need to iron your clothes for the nurses, bro? Who are you trying to impress, bro?
I always iron my clothes. I iron to you. Obviously, when Amara goes to the toilet, she just wants me to stand at the door like this, like, yes, sir, I'm waiting for you. I'm just ready to leave. She goes
If there's ever a time.
She goes to the bathroom, I'm going to iron my top. Anyway, iron my top, apparently.
We get there.
Who knows if that's true? Women in their late pregnancy, yeah? Delirious. Who
No,
knows if that's
dead.
true? We go to the hospital. It's dead pretty. They had Christmas lights up
Yeah.
and everything like that. All this, like, it's nice and ambient.
So she measures me and she's like, you're very early along. You can go home. Baby won't be here till late the next day. We go home and Sufyan's like, come on, babe, let's go to bed and rest. I'm like, you can go to bed and rest. But what I was about to do, I did not want you present.
I didn't know you were going to do that. So I was I'm going to sleep for 3 hours, yeah? Well, I'll be up by 6, 7 o'clock.
He wakes up at 7 in the morning. I have not been to sleep. What have I been doing? I've been getting myself situated. I basically
made herself look like a baby. Apparently, right? I don't want to go into too much detail.
Do you know how hard that is, bro?
How unnecessary that was, right?
It was necessary for me. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel real good, you know? But you don't understand. The contractions, oh my gosh. So they started 30 seconds apart. I had 30 seconds to get things done. You know, I had little 30-second gaps. It moves to 20 seconds. By the time I was finishing up, they were like 2 to 5 seconds. I brought the gym ball in. I've got the gym ball in front of me with a blanket on top and I'm rolling on the gym ball as I'm grooming myself because I'm in so much pain and I need to clutch something.
Vanity, eh? You see these women on the vanity these days.
No, but I'm also like, I'm using the gym ball to help me through the contractions, doing weird positions as well. And now in retrospect, I realise that's a really good way to move the baby through your pelvis. I finish up and I'm like done. I quickly rinse my legs in the shower. Still, I'm like...
I'm awake at this time
like
now.
this.
Yeah.
He's like, have you had some rest? I was like, no, I've not slept, but I'm ready. I'm like, babe, I think we need to go to hospital because I've got no gaps anymore.
Yeah.
The contractions aren't stopping. Like, there's no rest in it. And I think that's time we need to go to hospital.
It's around 9 o'clock. It's something like that. It's after 9 o'clock.
I'm clutching the wall in the hall and I'm like, babe, I think we need to go. I've got my scarf on. I'm ready, right? The bag's there. I'm like, listen, babe, like, I need to go in it. Like, we need to go. And he's like, okay, just, do you think I have time to have a coffee, babe? I'm like, babe, I don't think so. I really need to go. And he's like, just a quick coffee.
Do you know why I wanted to have a coffee? Because
Bro, they don't have vending machines in a hospital.
men in the... I can't leave. I have to keep my eyes on the baby.
Ask someone to bring it to
It
me.
turned out that they had coffee in the room that we was in. I didn't know that. But listen, I'm thinking Amari put all this pressure on me for the birth plan. Not that I'm under manners and that, but sometimes as a man in a relationship, there's certain places in the marriage where you're like, I need to come correct here. I need to be switched on for this because I'm not gonna make a mistake here and Amara brings it up. Like if Amara made a mistake, I'd be like, bro, these things happen. She's gonna hold it against me for a very long time. I'm like, I need coffee. Made a cup of coffee, had some toast.
He had some toast too.
She didn't know
I'm
that.
clutching the wall.
How are you mad at something that you didn't know?
You told me after.
I had 2 pieces. I did get it down, but I had to wait for it to...
I'm clutching the wall. 0 minutes between my contractions, 0 seconds between my contractions. And he's gone to go get coffees up. And I just remember holding the wall and my vision's going blurry. And I'm like, and I just stumble into my bedroom, onto the bed. And I'm on all fours on the bed. Because it just feels like what I'm meant to do. And I'm bearing down and I'm panting and I'm like... And I can feel something coming out of me. So
I come in the room, I can tell now, okay, she's in a bad way. Now, I didn't know she was in a bad way like that because she just told me she shaved and I woke up, I'm thinking the baby's going to come at midnight. Do you know what I mean? I think we got loads of time, so man can't have a coffee. She says, no, it's coming now. It's coming now. It's coming now. And now I realise, oh, right, this is really serious. She's like, no, I'm going to push it. I can feel it now. I'm going to push it out now. I'm trying to speak to her. She can't speak back. She's growling at me. She's not really speaking English.
I'm not growling at you. I can't speak. I've got contractions.
I'm not mad at you for growling at me. I'm just telling you what...
I'm mad at you.
On my side, I'm
still mad at you. I could not get off the bed. Like, this baby's head was coming out. I could not get off the bed. I was thinking, how am I going to get to the car?
Yeah, you were perched on the bed.
Oh my gosh.
You perched on the bed like this.
Thanks for the tip.
What's that remind you of?
I'm thinking,
I gotta communicate with it.
babe, I'm thinking, how am I going to get down these stairs? I cannot move. And I'm like, Ya Allah, please give me the strength. Yeah, I really called out to Allah. I was like, Ya Allah, please just help me get to the door. Allah help me get me to the door. I was like, Ya Allah, please help me get down these stairs. Allah got me down the stairs. I was like, Ya Allah, please help me get to the car. I got to the car. Everything's a blur. My vision is gone. I'm feeling the baby coming out of me. Bro, I'm in the car like this. Like, oh my God. It feels like a bowling ball is trying to come out and you've got to tense and make the bowling ball not come out yet.
So I said to Amara, listen, do you want me to drive fast or do you drive slow?
I'm like, stop asking me questions, I can't answer. I've got no breath.
I'm just going to drive as fast as I can. Yeah. So I drove fast.
My eyes are closed.
When the bumps come, obviously, slow with the bump and the boom, boom, boom. Got to the hospital. Hospital's like five minutes away, innit? Got there really fast.
Felt so long.
Drove up, get in the car park. I'm like, okay, let's jam this in the car park. No spaces in the car park 1. We're like, okay, let's wait. Car park 2, no spaces. I'm thinking, bro.
It's going around different car parks. I'm like this.
I was thinking, what am I going to do? I thought, sack this. I just jammed the car on the side, pulled it out. I don't know why I was looking for a car parking space. Yeah,
apparently you don't need to do that.
I hold Amara. We're walking back in. One of the viewers actually messages.
One of you saw us. I don't know what you saw, but that must have been hilarious.
I wish someone just took a picture of my face then because I was scared. I was scared. We walk Amara upstairs. I say to the lady at the reception, listen, we were here a few hours ago. It's Amara Mohammed. We want the birthing suite. I think she's about to pop. She goes, okay, can you just take a seat in the waiting room?
I'm thinking, is this how it goes? Like, the baby's coming out of me and we have to go sit in a waiting room. So I'm just following Sufyan, but wallah, blurs, babe. Yeah, I can't see faces. We go into the waiting room and there's like all these people and I got blur vision and I'm like, and I'm like, sorry, sorry.
If you saw the fear on the other women's faces in that room, yeah, and the guys, there were like 2 guys with the women.
So bad.
And the women were like,
I was like, I'm doing such a bad job at giving birth.
The guys are doing this, you don't know where to look.
How do I take a seat when it's coming out of me, bro? I'm on the chair like this. I don't know how to sit.
We sat down for 2 seconds. I thought, not having that. Went back to reception and said, excuse me, I think she's gonna actually give birth right now. I mean, like right now, she's gonna, oh, okay, let me get somebody. 10 seconds later, a woman comes and says, oh, Amara, yes. Brings us through to the
Everybody's so nice and I'm just like, please help.
They put us on the bed. She goes, okay, I'm just going to check how far along you are. Obviously, I'm on the outside here. Amara don't know what's going on at this point, right?
Oh, God.
The woman did the thing and she went, oh, okay, so we are 10 centimeters dilated.
I'm like, I tried to tell you, bro. I tried to tell you. The baby was coming out, man.
Amara's shaving at home while she's 10 centimeters, shaving the baby's head. That's why
Is that what the ball patch is?
That's why she can't grow hair. She's shaving the top of her head. Dawn said, yeah, you're 10 centimeters dilated. We better get you to the birthing suite. I'll just check because this is going to come now.
So the wheel is into the birthing suite and she's like, okay, so do you want to start pushing now? I'm like, no, I'm on my back, right? I'm like, I want to be on all 4s though when I give birth. And she's like, okay, so in your next break, just flip onto the bed here and go on all 4s. I was like, I've got no breaks, so like, how are you meant to move your body 180 when you've got non-stop contractions at 10 centimeters? Like, it's hard, man. She goes, well, you're just gonna have to give birth where you are then on your back because the baby's coming. And I was like, no! I didn't even wait. There was no break. I was like, and I flipped myself over.
So this is the position. Amara's like this, basically. Legs apart. I ain't gonna do all that feminine stuff. Going, kind of similar to what she was doing at home when she was growling.
That's because that's what was coming, bro. The baby nearly was born on her bed.
I've actually memorised the birth plan at this point, but let me check I'm missing anything. I say to the lady, listen, I have to call the adhan, I have to do the call to prayer and the baby. She goes, yeah, no, we know, what else you want? We need this. Okay, we'll do all of that. Right now, are you ready to push?
She goes, so you ready to push? I'm like, what now? Push? I thought that comes later. And I'm also thinking, Amara, don't swear. I'm not a swearer, but I'm like, this is the crunch time now. You've already said 3F. Don't swear.
3F.
Yeah, at the door frame, remember?
Just 3.
Yeah, wasn't it 3?
Did you like, I'm feeling
Okay, every time you feel pain, say subhanallah. I said a lot of subhanallah during that time, man.
Alhamdulillah.
She's telling me to push. I am pushing as hard as I can, and I'm thinking that baby is nearly out. I am pushing so hard, and I'm like, is it coming? And she goes, no. And I'm like, what?
She says, you're doing really well, but at some point we're gonna have to start pushing properly, okay? I was like, what?
I'm like, what? And I was like, how do I push? And she goes, just push. push, you know?
Amara is not someone that was trying to be delicate about it. Amara said, tell me how to do it and I will do it.
I said, tell me what to do. I will do it. This is a team effort. I said, coach me. Tell me what to do. I will do anything you say. She goes, just push really hard, right? She goes, just try again, right? So I pushed so hard and I am like...
Big growls.
Oh my God. It's like, you know, if you got a barometer of pain, I'm going to the maximum and I'm just clamping out there. And she goes, oh, there at the end, push like that. I'm like, what?
At the end of it.
I'm like, isn't the baby out already? I'm like, the end of my barometer of pushing, I need to do that. She goes, yeah, that's the kind of push. Not push to get there, that non-stop. That's the push we need. That's the quality of push. I'm like, oh my God. So I start pushing so hard. She's like,
no medication, no nothing.
She's like
pushing, yeah.
She's like, yeah, that's a push. And I'm like, oh my God. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to tear everywhere. Like everything is going to break open in me. This pushing is so past anything that I'm going to split open, right? And I'm like, okay, just go for it, innit? Like, just do it. It's gonna get the baby out. And then I hear that the baby's head's out.
There's me and Mara, obviously, and then there's two nurses, right? Two midwives. One is the one saying to Amara, like, yeah, just keep on going. She was that nice. And then one of them was a little sweet lady, yeah? And she was just like very airy and fairies and stuff like this. And she's sitting down, she's like, yes, keep on going. And the head's coming and I want to see the baby come out. Obviously, I want to see the baby come out, yeah, but I'm trying to respect Amara at the same time.
Nah, I was ready, babe.
No, but, you know, it's just one of them. A bit like, okay, I'll look at it. So I'm kind of come to a side angle here, yeah, where if it just comes, it just goes, I'll just see the head go like this. And the other woman's like, oh my God, it's just beautiful. Just come here. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to come then. So I kind of like shuffle around a bit, yeah. She's like, look, isn't it amazing? I'm like... It's like, yeah, it's so beautiful. It's actually, it's magical. I'm just seeing something, just a head, like, just go. I'm just like, I don't know how to describe it, I'm just seeing the top of her head go. Just something come like swell and then go back in. Swell and go back in. And it's like just going.
Can you not make those sound effects? Because that's not the sound effects I was making.
So I'm like, no, Amara, that's the head. So Amara heard me see the head, and it's like it activated something.
Yeah, I was thinking, he can see our baby. Like, felt like half of the team was like there. Like, he's my other half of the team, and he's telling me he can see it. I was like, we've got this psychic connection. You just tell me what to do.
And like, Mara, keep going, just keep going. She's pushing. The head comes out more. Remember that she's on all fours, yeah?
Oh, gosh.
All I saw.
Stop laughing.
All I saw was this look. I'm thinking, bro, what am I looking at, man? I'm like, oh, okay.
Babies look scary when they first come out.
If she pushes, the head pops out, yeah?
I think at this point, oh, that's good, I can have a break now. Like, I'm exhausted. Like, it's taken so much pushing to get this far. And I'm thinking, oh, in the movies, this is where you can stop for a break. So they're like, okay, the head's out. I'm like, so I can take a pause now. And I heard Sufyan's voice and he sounded like,
No, I was panicking, yeah?
Yeah.
Because the baby didn't cry. And the head's out. In my head, I'm thinking, it's just round the neck, she's gonna die. And I'm thinking, no, babe, you need to keep going. The body is not finished yet.
Yeah, you said she's nearly out of him.
Yeah, obviously, I'm good at holding down the things. I am panicking, yeah? Bismillah, I'm praying and that, yeah?
I also don't know how it goes. I'm like, okay, I'm meant to keep pushing. Just tell me what to do in it. The midwife's like, oh, you can stop. And then I was like, no, but is it best I stop? Tell me what to do. Then I was like, in a different place. Like, it's not like any pain you can experience in this world. It's a pain that felt like I was in a different planet. It felt like I was in space because I didn't know that kind of pain in my day-to-day life. Like, I was like, I'm gone. My body is gone. Whatever's happened to my body's getting ripped apart right now. Disassociate from your body. Your body's not yours. It's for your baby. Push your baby out. Like, I just wanted her out safe. I thought Allah's allowed me to have the control that I asked to have. I need to do it justice. And I just pushed and pushed. I didn't know what was going on, bro. It was so painful. I just thought max out. And then I felt a bloop. And they were like, oh, she's out. I was like,
the whole body came out. Did you just little weird grab like, because she's all slippy and stuff like that. They grab her. And then obviously I've told the people now, listen, when she comes out, can nobody say anything? For those who don't know, when the baby is born, the first words that you reciting the baby's ear
from the father.
Yeah, from the father in each of the ears is like the call to prayer basically. When people die, they do a prayer again, but without the call to prayer. So that is the call to prayer for life, and the rest of the prayer is completed after the person dies. Okay,
Like the beginning of their life.
it's the beginning of their life. She's born, and they all know to be silent. I'm like, okay, so
they put the baby between my legs. I'm still on all fours.
They pass it back through her legs, and Mara holds it like this, and then like they're trying to turn you slowly, aren't they? Yeah, they're all like, okay, like mouthing. I'm like, now's the time, right? I'm clearing my throat. Let's get this karat right. I'm stepping over to Amara's side. I'm like, okay. Amara sees the baby.
I'm looking at my baby.
Assalamu alaikum, baby. Assalamu alaikum. That's not the call to prayer, bro. Assalamu alaikum.
No, but all through her pregnancy, I'd be like, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
And I felt her move and stuff. So it was like our little thing that we did, you know? And so when I saw her, I just wanted her to feel safe, like, it's me, you know? I was like, Assalamu alaikum, baby. and then I forgot that he's meant to do the alarm first. I felt really bad.
Anyway, so I come round, I do the call to prayer in the ears, which, listen, men, I know if you're a man, that is like probably the most beautiful moment you've ever had in your life. Alhamdulillah. All the people thinking about getting married and should you have babies, get married and have a baby, because there's certain things which solidify your like manlyhood, and as a man in Islam, do that. Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah, I got to do it. Call to prayer, and then we turn, and Amara holds the baby, and
I actually felt on top of the world. Like the midwife kept saying, you don't look like you've just given birth, because I was just high. Like I was so happy and like energized and like psyched and grateful to Allah. I was so grateful. There was so much talk about who's going to be in the room and how it's going to go. But in the end, it was going to be Sufyan and my mum in the room, because only 2 people could come. My mum was running. She wasn't running late, but the baby came so fast that by the time my mum had got there, the baby was already out. But there was something so like, even after it was such an intimate, special experience. Like it felt magical. Like, and I felt so grateful after that. Allah just made it happen, you know, the way it was meant to happen. Like, I just felt like everything worked out that it was meant to. I was in the shower after, and I remember feeling on top of the world. I don't want women that are going through hardship after having a baby to feel like, oh, easy for you and stuff. Don't worry, I crashed after too. But like straight after labour, I felt so on top of the world. I felt so like, you know what it was? It's the most proud I've ever been of myself. There are very few times in my life where I feel like you did amazingly, or you should feel really proud of that. Like, I've never done anything that's so great of an achievement. Like, I've never done something exceptional, and I felt like I gave labour 100%, and Allah allowed me to do it that way. And I felt so proud of myself after, because I felt like, I know it's a really difficult thing to do, and everybody says it's really hard to do it naturally, and I felt like I felt the maximum pain, and I did it.
I'm proud of yourself. I think motherhood starts from before you're even pregnant, and you have been from the start of pregnancy, prior to pregnancy, right to now, an exceptional mother.
Thanks.
Exceptional wife as well, but you made less mistakes in the pregnancy.
Pregnancy was so rough.
It was.
Labour went really well.
It was beautiful. Really, really beautiful experience, yeah. I just want to say as a side note, as a disclaimer, whatever your choices are with your pregnancy, your birth plan, there's no judgment there. Those things are important to you. It was important to us that we do it the way that's most comfortable to us and like aligns with our values and our morals.
And the best way to give birth is whichever way is going to get the baby out healthily and safely, you know? Yeah. And that could have been so different for us. I don't know how it's going to go for the next baby, future pregnancies, inshallah. But that's how it went with Amaya, and it was really cool.
May Allah make all of your labours easy, make all of your pregnancy journeys easy. All of du'as to all of you.
If anybody wants any more information about how we did it, just let me know. Why you laughing?
How we did it. We're the exes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Happy pushing.
At the end of it all, this is what happened. Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Yes, we had a little baby, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Good talking, Amaya.